All right, check it out. We got some older books for you. The condition is not fantastic, but the collectability is. These are great pieces. We're going to get all 6 of them, 6 in one lot, 6 heading on out to you, 6 that you are going to enjoy. So let's start in. Now, I know that it's very difficult to get all the way across the country just to check out this particular book. So if you were here in the studio with us, I know that you'd want to really just observe and focus in on it. Since you're not going to come all the way out here and you can't see this in person, unfortunately, I'm going to let you get the next best experience. I know that if you were here, you'd want to really focus on this cover, let the light shine all over it. You'd want to look for these kind of creases, these marks, any kind of tears, etc. And so I'm going to do that for you. I'm going to shine the light. It's a square-bound book. This is The Illustrated Story of Indians, The World Around Us, one of the classics. Classics from Classics Illustrated. You remember it, you know it, you love it. It's obviously got some wear. This is quite an old book, and this would have gone to young Johnny back in the 50s, 60s, played with it, probably gave it down to his younger brother, maybe even the son years and years later would have had an opportunity to play with this. So I want to show this to you. Now, has that gone all the way through? No. I was afraid perhaps that was a tear all the way through. It's got some paper loss, but no tear. It's just not in the best of condition, but that it exists at all, this 25 center from back in the day, is amazing. 1958, October 1958 is when this is from. So imagine that. Just the fact that it's square bound with staples, that it's in any condition at all, it's fantastic. A little splitting at the seam, and even less splitting right here. Show that to you. A little tough to tell. I'll move it over here to the black surface so it has something to... It'll make it easier for the camera to see. We'll show you the back cover as well. A lot of times, especially on non-key or low-value books, or certainly slabbed books, you don't get a chance to see the back cover, but I want you to see everything. So we'll even zoom in for you, because I know that's what you would do if you were here in the studio with us. You'd want to avail yourself to this preview period and do exactly that. Look it over and see for yourself. And then finally, what I'm going to do is show you a little bit of the interiors. Not all, for various reasons, including copyright and time restrictions, but I want to show you this because I want you to take a look. Here's a particularly blank-ish page, and I want to show you quality and condition of the pages. So here, I might tell you that's white, cream-colored, off-white, whatever it is. I might say it's yellow, I might say it's browning, and you may rightfully disagree. Do not take my word for it. I want you to take your word for it. In fact, it's actually a little bit browner in the camera than it is in real life, so that's even better, because when you get it, you're going to be shocked and surprised that it's in even better condition than you thought. And I like that. I want that to be the case. This is going to go into your collection, so I want you to use your judgment and your expertise to figure out where on the owl card it lies in terms of color. And show you the suppleness of the pages as we turn it. You can see that it's not brittle. And then you can see, does it brown near the edges? Is there any watermarks or stains? Has any of it dog-eared? And those are things that you might not get a chance to see if we simply showed you the front and back cover. And in some cases, you might have inserts, posters and stuff like that originally came with it. I don't think there's anything like that in this particular lot, but you would have an opportunity to see that as well. So that's why we make that available to you, and I'll show you those inserts. You know what? Remember before I said, did it go through all the way? Yeah, maybe it did at one point. It has definitely been repaired. Glad I just saw that so I can show it to you. Piece of tape fixing that, so what that's worth to you, but it's still just a great piece, a nice reader copy, as are most of these at that point. 1958, almost all of the Classics Illustrated are reader copies, and it can be your reader copy. We're going to move on to The World of Archie, number 622. Back going to 1991. Let's check it out. some condition issues here and there. And I'm going to speed through these. There are 6 of them in the whole group. I'm going to speed through them kind of quick. I want you to have an opportunity to see them, but I don't want to take up too much of your time. So the nice thing is that we record this in 1080p. Depending on your device that you're using, depending on your internet connection and where you're getting this video from, you should be able to see it again in high def. Go forward, go backward, zoom in on any parts that you see. That's why we'll show you at least all of it. And I'll do the light back and forth like this. As you see the light moving, if it hits a spot in 2 different angles, that means that you can see that there's a crease there or a divot or what have you. And that little wiggle jiggle effect that we do, really try to pop any of the imperfections, flaws, or blemishes on this cover. So that's how we'll do it. You can see that back cover with the turtles. A nice little issue right here. Maybe some stress on the spine. And I do want to point out that slight bend right there. You'll have a chance to zoom in and look at that. And then quality and condition of the pages. And there you have it. Moving right along, Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids. Definite condition issues with this. Lots of issues all around with this comic as a whole. Now, 5 years ago, nope. Now, yep. So this has gotten wet at some point. You can feel it. You can feel that that's why these wrinkles are here. It's a little stiffer. It's not very stiff. It'll bend fine. I'm going to guess that's some water wear right there. And then it's got some wear at the bottom, some page loss. So this is a reader copy at best, but it is a Whitman from the early 80s. Flip it over, you're going to see more of the same. Paper loss. Not a great copy, but certainly a good reader copy. There you go. You can see the watermark there. Surprisingly, you can't see it right here. So maybe it just got the cover wet. And actually not a bad reader copy. Cosby right there. That's a pretty fun one. There, as we move on to Daffy Duck, also Whitman. I believe slightly earlier. It is a 35 center, so it's right in and around the same time, but I think slightly earlier than the Fat Albert. Someone may correct me if I'm wrong. Issues right here. Much better shape than that last one, although not in pristine shape. Something spilled on it here at one point in its existence. You'll see the issues down here. More on the spine, and because it's a darker cover, you can see everything all at once. I'll zoom back out, give you the overall shot. Back doesn't feel too good. Yeah, I'm seeing a little bit of that right there. Can you see it? Where it's creased and bent over. Staples are still pretty good though. Wear right there, that's not great. A little bit of issue right there, but otherwise, good reader copy. See, nice quality and condition. The interiors. Moving on to Dick Tracy Weekly, number 36. It's from 1988 by Blackthorn Publishing. I believe they're part of Diamond. Known probably best for maybe those EC reprints that they did. Ticking all along. See right there, we'll shine the light on that so you can see it real well. The rest is looking pretty good. I'll show you the back. I think we can zoom out. A little bit of stress right there, so that's not bad. And then the interiors. Good black and white art right there. Nice bright white pages, considering age. And then finally, Spider-Man. Spider-Man magazine for kids. I believe this was number 3 is what we found on it. You can see in the catalog we've done what we can. This is from early 90s. We couldn't find much information on this, but it is magazine size. You can see it's larger than the other comics by a significant amount in each direction. I'd say closer to 8 by 10. In fact, here, our marker, yeah, it's 8.5 by 11. It's at 8.5 by, I'm going to say about a little less than 8.5. by about 11. So do it this way so you can see. Our size marker, or our backdrop here is 8.5 by 11, so whatever the difference is between that and that. As for the kids, it is in bad shape. Obviously, the kids got hold of it. That's great. Young Johnny comes home from school, gets to read about some Spider-Man, finds out how the cereal is made, really creases this up. The staples are getting loose, but they're on there okay. They're on pretty tight. Or, I mean, they're going to get loose eventually. See if that villainous pull-out poster is there, or if Johnny put it up on his wall. Yeah, you can see it's starting to bend right there. Staples are still on. See a little bit of flaring at the corner. See some Chef Boyardee corner right there. Let's check it out. Quality and condition. What we're mostly looking for. Let's see if that poster is in here. Yep, I think that's it, right? There it is, poster number 2. So it is. It's still in there. Oh, this reminds me back of the days. The old He-Man magazine. Oh, so much fun. I'll show you. Just want you to see. You can see it's starting to tear along that cover. But no tears, no through tears at least. So nice little piece right there. Something a little bit different for the collection. You don't have it already. Nice little collection full of some interesting odds and ends. All 6 of these. I think you're going to like them. You can head on over to TheBigToyAuction.com right now. Leave your pre-bids. That's the best way to ensure that get these on the radar. The system will automatically let you know if somebody else is coming along and trying to take these away from you. You'll have an opportunity during the live close to defend your bids in real time against everybody else who is trying to take it from you. Don't let them get it in your collection, but whatever way you choose to bid on these, we look forward to seeing you at the auction.